Hello there. Hi there. And today we are going to be talking about spiritual practice. Do you have a spiritual practice? So hello and welcome to New Thought Media Network. And I am Reverend Lisa Williams, and I am here to talk with you about your inner dazzle. I am an ordained minister, I'm a spiritual coach and a speaker, and I'm here to talk to you about your inner dazzle. That is your inner light. That's the part of you that is your innermost sacred place where we come from a place of love and joy and peace and harmony. And when we are connected to our higher purpose and our purpose here on life. So I'm here to help you connect to your inner dazzle. So thank you very much for being with me today. Hello, hello, and welcome. Welcome out there, Facebook and YouTube. We're so glad to have you here with us today. So my question for you is, do you have a spiritual practice? And are you lacking a spiritual practice? That's the question. So I want to talk to you for a minute about the fact when I didn't have a spiritual practice, I have to say my life was a lot different. So when I think back in my, like in my early 20s, 30s, and I didn't really have a spiritual practice, what I noticed was that I was not connected to myself. I wasn't really focused. A lot of times I was frustrated in life, like, why is this happening to me? And how come I can't get my life straight? And those are the things that were happening to me when I didn't have a spiritual practice. So I ask for you, do you have a spiritual practice? Are you unclear of your purpose? Are you irritated or bored or maybe unsatisfied with your life? So if you feel that way, let us know in the chat or send us a message so that we know. I always like to know how everybody's feeling. So I have another example for you. So when you are not connected to your higher self and you are not doing a spiritual practice, a lot of times you don't experience joy. I think it's just that lack of recognizing or being connected to the divine source. So one example that I have is I was out with a friend and we were at a restaurant, and of course we're sitting there having a good time, but I had just kind of noticed in the back of my mind the wait person that we had. This wait person was so unhappy. They didn't have eye contact with us when they came up to take our order. They just seemed really unmotivated and just didn't want to be there. And clearly there was like no joy in their life. And I thought to myself, gosh, this poor person, they just have no motivation and they clearly don't want to be here at this job. And I just thought, gosh, I really wish I could talk to this person and say, hey, there's more in life and there's other things that you can be doing with yourself so that you can find joy and experience happiness in your life. So, I ask you, are you at a job that you don't like? Are you lacking motivation? Maybe have no goals? The other thing I thought about that was, a lot of times with work, we're spending 8 hours or more a day at that workplace. And so it's really important to be experiencing joy or having some kind of satisfaction or feeling like you have purpose or meaning at that job. So if you think about spending that much time at a workplace and you're not experiencing happiness or joy or any kind of inspirational thoughts, it's just such a bummer that you're spending that much time not having any joy in your life. So what we're here today to do in talking about our spiritual practice is, how do we connect with that joy? How do we connect with that inner dazzle within ourselves? And the other question with that too is, if you're not experiencing that, do you want to change it? Do you want to experience joy? Do you want to experience more happiness in your life? So my tip number one is spiritual practice is experiencing joy. So I got a Facebook post this morning on my phone, and it was so cute. And it was this girl, and she was standing there, and she's like, had her hands up, and she's waving around. And it said, never underestimate the healing power of listening to your favorite music on full blast while dancing around the house like an idiot. That's one of those moments when you're experiencing pure joy. And I love to do that. That's like one of my most favorite things to do. So I invite you to try that out. It works really well. And then you can dance and nobody's watching. So you get to have a moment of joy and connect with yourself. So when we're thinking about not having joy, have you ever said to yourself, why am I here at this job? Or why am I not happy in my life? Or when is life going to get better for me? Have you ever asked yourself that? Are you wondering what's going on with your life and how you can experience more joy? Another thought I had was, are you filling your time with doing stuff that just fills your time, maybe distracting yourself with things that might not be good for you, too much drinking or drugs or, other activities that do not serve you. So if you are experiencing that, we have to take a look at our inner self, our personal self, and see what it is we can do to stop distracting yourself with things that are just outside of yourself and really find a way to connect to your inner self, to your inner dazzle. That's what we're here to do. So another way that you can do it would be through a short meditation. You can do one in the morning or in the evening. So that's my second tip. So the first one is experience joy. Your second tip is to try out meditation. And there are lots of different ways to meditate. It's not like you have to just sit like a guru and just do the Om thing and try to connect that way, because that takes a long time to get to that point. So what I learned, what I found, in my early 20s, 30s, as I was feeling disconnected, one way that I learned to connect was taking 5 minutes in the morning. So when I wake up, usually I'm just a little bit groggy, you're still kind of in that wake up state. So that's perfect time. I go down to my chair where it's my little area that I spend all my time when I do my meditation. So I have a whole area set up. As a matter of fact, we're going to talk about that next week, a sacred space. So sit in the sacred space and just breathe. Just take some deep breaths in. Just connect with yourself. Just have a moment of peace before the day gets going and before things get crazy. And there are several different ways that you can use that time productively, so you're not just sitting there wondering what to do. So I have a 1 minute pause that is on my YouTube channel. So, you can do a 1 minute pause where you just sit and focus. And that can look like focusing on my 1 minute pause, there's like waterfalls where you can just focus in and zone into that. There, you can also gaze at a candle. That's another beautiful way to learn how to meditate and just still your mind and center yourself into that space. The flame of a candle is super, super intriguing, and it just really brings a lot of peace. Listening to meditative music is another way to do it. And I found on my phone, go to your phone and look up Insight Timer. It's spelled like insight, like Insight Timer. And it's a free app. You can go there and you could plug in. And if you go down to the meditations, there's lots of different music. There's guided meditation. So there's lots of different ways that you can explore, looking at different ways to meditate, different ways to connect with yourself. And that's what the goal is. The goal is to just become still, even if it's 5 minutes a day. So my suggestion is 5 minutes in the morning and 5 minutes before you go to bed. Because the difference is that if you come from a place of intention where you're setting a goal or setting an intention in the morning, it might be, okay, I want to have peace today. I want to experience peace today. So when you close your eyes and you kind of go into that meditation, you're going to talk about and think about peace and different ways that you can experience and express peace. And then when you're going to bed, it might be, I want to rest with ease and peace and grace and relaxation. So you're going to find things that focus you on that moment. I also have a couple of other suggestions for you. I have a beautiful book right here. It's called Bright Spots. And this is motivation and inspiration to change your, motivation and inspiration to light your path in a changing world. I am a contributing author in this book. There's beautiful little short stories. They're like a page. You can go a page or two. Like this one is Power in the Pause. So it's a great way and a great example of what you can do. You can just read a short little story, take a few minutes, relax, center yourself. That's one way to do it. I also have another book that I want you to check out. I have my 4 Fabulous Fairy Tales and Mindful Mini Meditations. This is a beautiful children's book that I wrote with my daughter. We co-authored. And it has some beautiful stories and messages. It's got some really great illustrations too. These stories are self-love, connection, communication, kindness, and compassion. So there's some beautiful messages in here. And there's some mini meditations in here. So this book is designed for children 48 years old. You can get these on Amazon. So check that. Or you can email me if you want a handwritten copy, a handwritten autograph on yours. Send me an email and you can get it that way. So you can just go to my email at lisa@innerdazzle.com. You go there, check it out, and I'd be happy to get you a copy. So those are some ideas for you as far as different ways to connect to yourself, to begin spiritual practice. It's so important that we begin to connect with ourselves when we're on a path of self-destruction or irritation or frustration, or we're just not getting anywhere in our life and we're feeling like we need something new and something different. This is a great way, and it's a great example for you to begin to tap into your inner dazzle, your inner self. And from there, you will be guided to what the next step is for you. So it's a very important thing for you to do. So when you take time to meditate, you center yourself, which is great, because you then have a more positive day. You will be kinder to yourself and others. And I've found that to be definitely true. Just taking that time to center yourself, because you feel better about yourself. You feel like, oh, hey, life isn't so bad. I'm reconnected, recentered. I'm going to have a good day today. You're having a positive day. And a lot of times when you do that reconnecting, you find your purpose in life. So it's extremely important that you connect to your inner self so that you can find your divine purpose. That's what you're here to do. That's what we're all born and here to do, is find that purpose in life. So what else do you know? What brings you joy? Do you have anything that brings you joy? Put it in the chat for me. I'd like to hear about things that bring you joy. Yes. There's lots of different ways that we can experience and express joy. And it's so important that we take the time to connect to that. I have a drop of dazzle for you. I forgot. That was what I was going to say. So I have another book that I would like to recommend to you. And it is called The Joy of Meditation. This little book I've had it for like ever. You can tell it's kind of retro now because I've had it for so long. And what they say, it's by Jack and Cornelia Addington. And in the beginning of the book, page 12, they say, a joyous way of life. The master said, I come that ye may have life and have it more abundantly. Think of meditation as a joyous way of life. Recognize that there is a power greater than you right where you are. And that is a part of your very life, and you can use it. You are here to experience joy of the spirit within you. So that is really cool. I like that, this little book. So this is a great way to start The Joy of Meditation. It's a super little book. It's thin, but you can begin to look through that and find ways to meditate. So that's another wonderful thing for you to do. And, if you're looking for support in that, if you're feeling like you're just stuck and you don't know where to start or what to do, I'm here to support you. That is one of the reasons why I'm here live on Facebook and YouTube for you. First of all, go to my YouTube. We're going to go to YouTube and we're going to go to Inner Dazzle LLC, and you subscribe to my page. You're going to find 1 minute pause there. There's lots of 1 minute pause, little meditations for you. There are also lots of prayers that are on there that can support you. I also have some videos with my children's book. And I also want you to go to YouTube and subscribe to New Thought Media Network. Subscribe there, and there is an abundant array of beautiful programs and shows that are designed specifically for different people to connect to themselves, to connect with each other. And it's a great way of building community so that you can experience and express connection with others that are feeling the same thing, that are wanting the same thing. So they're all listed over here for you. Check that out. I definitely recommend and suggest that you go there and subscribe to those 2 pages. So that's a great place to start. And then if you also want support, you can call me, you can set up a call, you can go to my email, send me an email and let me know that you're looking for a half-hour discovery call, and I will spend a half-hour complimentary, no charge, and I will help get you set up, and then we can go from there as far as what else you might need. Let's see. So those are some wonderful things that you can do. And so what I'd like to do now, since we still have a little bit of time, I am going to move into a little bit of a prayer, a little bit of a meditation. So if you want to just experience this feeling of meditation, let's just take a few minutes. You can just stop and sit where you are. If you're on your computer, at your desk or whatever, just close your eyes. We're just going to do a little bit of breath work. And I'm just going to do a little bit of a guided meditation just to center you right here, right now, so you can experience it and know what it feels like to have a little meditation in your life. So go ahead and just center yourself. I always say settle yourself into your chair. Close your eyes if you want. We're just going to take a few minutes to center ourselves. So what it means when you center yourself, it means that you are closing your eyes and you are focusing on yourself. You're just centering and focusing on yourself. You're not thinking about all the other stuff that's going on in your life. It's just about centering and clearing your mind. And not that there's not going to be thoughts there, but you just see the thought and then let it go by. We're just going to close our eyes, take a deep breath. We're going to do a few deep breaths. Ready? Breathe deeply in with me. Breathe in through your nose. We're going to breathe in again. Breathe in. One more deep breath in. So as we sit here in this moment, we are present and we are here, right now. We just feel the presence of God. We feel the presence of a higher power, whatever choice of wording that you like, higher power, source, intelligence, universal presence, whatever works for you. We just know that there is that higher power, that divine source that lives with us right here, right now. And within this source, we know that we are connected to this source by our very being here. For it is our divine birthright to be right here, right now, experiencing God, experiencing life at its fullest. So as we sit quietly, we just listen to my words, or listen to your heartbeat. You just put your hands on your heart and just feel that presence of God, feel that presence of life. Because you are life. That breath is the life of God. So therefore, because we breathe, we are connected to that divine source. Just allow that to be your truth for a couple minutes. Just know that you are blessed in this moment while you're here with me. We just feel that energy moving through our body, blessing every part of our body. We just start at our feet and allow that energy. Just imagine like a divine white light or a pink light or whatever color feels soothing to you. Just allow and imagine, use your imagination and allow that light to surround your body, around your feet. Just know that we start at the earth. We start at the grounded part of the earth where our feet are. And we allow that energy to move up through our body. Moving up through your feet and up through your legs, up into your tummy, all that area, your lower back. You just feel that divine energy moving in and through and around. Just keep breathing with me. Another deep breath in. Just feel that energy move up a little further up into up all the way in through your chest area, up into your heart. Just feel that beautiful light blessing all parts of you. Moving through your hands and through your arms, up through each side, in and through and around. Just feel that energy moving all the way up your body, blessing every part, every cell. Just move up into your head, through your eyes, in your third eye. We actually have that third eye. There is that divine energy that's right here. And we allow it to move up and through the top of your head, or we call it the crown chakra. Just allow that energy to move through your body. Just feel that presence of love, and feel that presence of light, that inner light that you are, that inner dazzle. You are connected to that inner dazzle that is within you right here, right now. And as you feel that connection and you recognize that your body is blessed, you are blessed and you are connected right now. You can gently open up your eyes and bring yourself back to this moment. How does that feel? Does that feel connected? Do you feel connected and a little bit of joy or a little bit of peace? That is our goal for today, is to experience and connect with our inner dazzle, our inner source. So that is why we are talking about spiritual practice today, because the idea of having a spiritual practice brings you this peace and harmony and love and connection. And it is so important to have a spiritual practice. So I am here to support you with that, in helping you to find what spiritual practice works for you. The two I talked about today are joy, experiencing and expressing joy. So think about what way connects you to joy. And you're welcome to put it in the chat if you want, because we love hearing from you guys. What brings you joy? That was my first tip. My second tip is a spiritual practice such as meditation. Be to spend 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes a night, just focusing and centering. And there are lots of different ways to connect. And being connected here at New Thought Media Network will bring you lots of wonderful ideas and methods of how to meditate. And I am also here to support you in that. And like we said earlier, subscribe to our YouTube channels, New Thought Media Network, subscribe to Inner Dazzle LLC, and you will have lots of wonderful spiritual connectedness within that. So I invite you to do that. Let's see what else. So on that note, also, I would like to offer, or I'd like to ask for you to give us a love offering. So when we talk about love offering, I talk about the law of reciprocity. So as we give, so shall we receive. So when we give a love offering, which is whatever degree that you can afford, we appreciate it. New Thought Media Network is here for you. I am here for you, and you can support me on Venmo at RevLisa1. We appreciate anything that you can send our way. So you can go also to New Thought Media Network, and that is ntmedia.org. You can click on donate, and we appreciate all the support that you give us, because it keeps these programs going and it helps our ministries grow and helps us stay connected and being able to reach out to you guys and bring lots of wonderful resources to you. So thank you for joining me today. So we talked about spiritual practice today, and then next week we're going to talk about the importance of having a sacred space. So the idea is that when you take that time to meditate, if you, sorry, my hair is in my way. You take the time to meditate, you want to have a sacred space. So join me next week, Wednesday at 1 o'clock, so that you can learn more about how to create a sacred space. And that helps you naturally just begin to center and settle yourself into meditation, so we can experience more joy and peace and harmony and love in our lives. And find your purpose. That's what we're here to do. I'm here to support you in finding your inner dazzle. So thank you for joining me today. And I always say that this time together is a celebration of your personal empowerment. And that is what I'm here to do, is to support you in that. And we always say, leave them dazzled by your presence. Thank you so much for joining me today, and we will see you next week. Blessings.